That's her. That's her, sir. Little islet, and we'll open up the cove in a bit. Mind you, sir, I don't say the ship is still there. And if she is, you'll bear in mind as I told you all along, as there weren't no one in her when we went aboard.
We were in the South Atlantic. Far away to the north showed dimly the grim, weather-beaten peak of the island of Tristan, the largest of the Dacunia group, while on the horizon to the westward, we could make out indistinctly Inaccessible Island. Both of these, however, held little interest for us. It was on Middle Islet, off the coast of Nightingale Island, that our attention was fixed. We were looking for a boat, a long-lost boat called the Happy Return. My friend Trenhern's fiancée had sailed for Tasmania on the Happy Return, but the craft had never reached Van Diemen's Land. It had been lost in the vastness of the ocean. Only Trenhern would never believe that the beautiful girl he had sworn to make his wife would never again smile at him and sing to him. He searched and searched, and I accompanied him on a voyage over the edge of the world into the abyss that lies beyond midnight.
Beyond Midnight by Michael McCabe.
It was really a last effort. Trenhern had sent advertisements to all the largest papers in the world, and this measure had brought a certain degree of success in the shape of Williams, the old whaler whose yacht we sailed on. This man, attracted by the reward offered, had volunteered information regarding a dismasted hulk bearing the name of the Happy Return on her bows and stern.
None of us wanted to have much truck with her. She hadn't a comfortable feeling about her. And she were too clean and tidy for my liking.
How do you mean, too clean and tidy?
Well, so she were. She sort of gave you the feeling as a crowd had only just left her and might be back any blooming minute. You'll say what I mean, sir, when you gets aboard of her.
Quick, Williams, is that the place?
That's it, sir.
But where's the ship? I see no sign of her. Where is she?
It's all right, sir. We ain't far enough up southward yet to open out the cove. It's narrow at the mouth, and she were right away up inside. You'll see in a minute. Excuse me, sir. Fabian, bring her round. Bring her round, then. What you got them eyes for? Bring her round.
I feel all of a shake.
Up there, old chap. Hang on. You better order one of the boats to get ready for load.
What if there's nothing? I've built up such hopes. What if
you get ready to go ashore? You'll soon know. God's given you a chance. No man can ask for more than that.
A chance that she's alive. It must be the Happy Return.
That's that, all right. William said so, but...
Yes? But what?
Get ready. Get the boat lowered. We drew abreast of the narrow opening. It ran a considerable length into the islet, and then at last something came into sight, way up among the shadows within the cove. It was the stern of a vessel.
You see her? You see her there?
I see her.
You ready, gentlemen?
Of the yacht and the old whaler steering, we pulled into a small circular sea enclosed by gaunt cliffs. Trenhern's face was white. He was terribly afraid of finding nothing. And then we were under the hull of the Happy Return. The boat was made fast to the cleat, and we clambered up upon the deck of the ghost ship.
See how bloomin' clean and tidy she is. It ain't natural. Everything as if she was just going into port. And her a bloomin' wreck.
See her, do you? Everything. Ropes, everything. Neat, clean, as if...
Her masts have gone. So the boats.
But the rest. This means there were some of them alive, at least when she drove in here. They may be... They might be...
Down below.
Inshore.
I'll come with you. It feels strange. Lonely. Too quiet here.
Let's go down. Down below, please.
I ain't going down there by myself.
We're coming down as well.
We'll each of us go down. It's as if, I mean, everything's exactly...
Nothing disturbed. Nothing out of place.
They must be here. They must be.
No hurry. No confusion. What happened? Where are they? She's lain here, dismasted for 5 months.
See here, sir.
Huh? Huh?
That there might be the young lady's cabin, eh?
Nothing.
There's female
No,
things hung up there.
Nothing.
And
Nowhere.
there's sort of fixings up in the table. How dare you? Desecrate.
That's her, Brush. It's her.
All right, Trenham. It's all right.
I wasn't going to steal the bloomin' thing. I was only looking. Tried to help. Well, no offense, mister. I wasn't doing nothing bad, sir. Was never going to steal the bloomin' thing.
I know, but Mr. Trenham, he's...
Look!
What?
Everything's here. It's hers. This is where she... Where what? Where is she?
There's nobody here. They've gone. Overland or...
Look at this. See?
Hmm?
Calendar.
Calendar?
Calendar. Read the date. Read the date.
April the 27th, 1882. That's today's date. It's a mistake.
It's not. It's been set this very day. Oh, please, dear God, grant I find her. What was the date at which it was set? Quick.
Date?
Yes, when you came aboard here before.
I never even seen the bloomin' thing before. I didn't stay no time aboard of her.
Sarah! Ah! Come on. They're here somewhere. They're hiding. Come on, search!
And we did search. We went through the whole ship from stern to bow. There was nowhere any sign of life.
We darn far off dark, sir. And we'd have to be getting out of this place while there's a bit of daylight.
And I persuaded Trenham that we had to leave, that we would return. And reluctantly he agreed. And minutes later, we were in the boat and heading out for the open sea.
Still nothing. No one on the Happy Return. We'll land as early as possible on Middle Islet. And if we find nothing there, then I want to make a thorough exploration of Nightingale Island. And what's the other?
Williams called it the Islet of Stoltenkopf.
Stoltenkopf. Then that is what we'll do.
And if we still find nothing? No one on any of the islands?
What do you mean?
What I say. If there's no sign of any of them from the Happy Return.
Then we shall have to abandon the search.
We began just after dawn the next day. Trenherne, I believe, really expected to find the crew of the abandoned ship returned to her. He clung desperately to the idea that they'd all gone on a food-gathering expedition, and the early morning would find them well and happy, his sweetheart among them. There was no one on the hulk that had once been a proud and beautiful sailing ship. Vanished from the face of the earth. Let's see if...
Henshaw! Look! See, read it. Read the date.
When Trenherne had shown me the calendar the preceding day, it had read April the 27th. Now, it had been altered to the 28th.
What's it mean, Henshaw? What's it mean?
Sure you didn't alter it yesterday by accident?
Perfectly sure. What are they playing about at? What are they trying to do? What's it mean?
Heaven knows.
You mean someone's been in here since yesterday? And it was dark blooming near before we left here? Then if something's been here, then there's only one thing it can be, sir.
That's enough, Williams.
Only one thing, and that's plain. And that thing's ghosts.
Hold your tongue, Williams.
Where are you going?
On deck, sir. I didn't sign on for this here trip to have no truck with spirits.
Now, listen. They're not living aboard here, that's obvious. They've left for some reason. They're living somewhere else, in a cave or something.
What about the calendar, then? You think that...
Yes, I have an idea. They come aboard here at night.
Why?
I don't know. Perhaps there's something that keeps them away during the daylight. Perhaps, well, animals. Something they'd be seen when it's light. I don't know. I'm only...
Animals aboard ship? There's something that could get at them on this ship, surrounded by sea, at the bottom of this pit thing, with all those cliffs. Well, then they'd never be safe anywhere. Surely they'd stay here, down here during the day.
Henshaw, I'm only trying to
There
find
aren't any animals, nothing dangerous on those islands.
What's the matter with that blasted door? The calendar, though. How?
Well, there's nothing here. I can't understand any of it. We'd better start our search of the island.
Yes.
We rowed to the middle islet and began to look for something, anything, a sign of life, of survival. Williams and I took a couple of men apiece, and we went right round the island until we met. We examined caves, everything. We found no one. Desolation. When we arrived back at the point of departure, several hours later, there was no sign of Trenherne. We waited. He didn't come. I went out in search of him. I found him lying on his stomach with his head over the edge of the chasm, staring down at the hulk. Trenherne?
Bend down. I want you to look at something. Look. See what I mean?
No. What?
There. In the water on the starboard side of the Happy Return.
Looking in the direction indicated, I now made out in the water, close alongside the wreck, several pale, oval-shaped objects. Fish? What, queer ones?
No. Faces.
What?
Faces.
My dear Trenhern, you're letting this matter affect you.
Don't try to...
No, you have my deepest sympathy, but...
They're moving. They're watching us.
I have it. Now, look, if I'm right, it may account for them leaving the ship. I wonder we never thought of it before.
What?
Well, now, in the first place, those are not faces, as you know very well. They're the tentacles of some sort of giant squid or something, a kraken or a devilfish or something. I can quite imagine things like that haunting that place down there. And I can imagine, too, that your Sarah and the crew of the Happy Return would give the place a pretty wide berth. Now, this might mean that they're alive, Am I right? I mean, things in the water down there around the ship, Trenhern.
But the calendar. Let's go back to the wreck.
We returned to the wreck. Williams and his men came too. We spent the day there, waiting to see if anyone came. No one did. The night came, and the old whaler prepared to take himself and his men off the Happy Return. Trenhern wouldn't hear of leaving. Someone, he said, was going to come and change the calendar. He told me I was at liberty to return to the yacht with Williams, but of course I had to stay. The man left and came back in a little while with bedding for us. Trenhern gave them orders to come for us at daybreak. They then left us alone there for the night. The prospect didn't please me. The place was strange and cold and eerie, echoey, as if we and the wreck lay at the bottom of a great jug.
There's a mist coming down. Feel it? But even if we are attacked, we have the weapons. I'd be pleased to meet the giant squid that could outwit a shell gun. Go below. I'll take the first watch.
All right. Trenhern?
Hello. I couldn't watch up there. It's cold, unpleasant. I'll stay here with you. You sleep. I'll stay awake and wake you when 4 hours have passed.
Very well. I wish the morning would come. I hate to say this, but...
I know. I think I've lost her forever. I know. But I tried for so long. I want to thank you for helping me.
Oh, no man could do more than you.
I know. I know. She was so beautiful. You met her, didn't you?
I met Sarah once, before she sailed for Tasmania.
I never imagined that day would be our last, ever. Oh, that cursed door!
I slept for a long time. Dawn could not have been far away when I woke.
Train.
Oh, yes, I heard it. I heard her. She was calling.
Train. Train. Train.
And then the door that had so annoyed Trenhern, and which, unaccountably, for there was no wind below decks, had begun to swing again, stopped. And I saw her. I saw a most beautiful face, a shadowy body, and the most wonderful eyes I've ever seen in my life. I had seen her before, as she was boarding a ship called the Happy Return, bound for Van Diemen's Land. And then Trenhern awoke.
Sarah.
And I saw her arms go about him, and they turned and passed through the doorway and climbed the companionway. And there was nothing I could do to stop them. And I knew that I ought to have stopped them. I should have prevented him from leaving, because she was not of this world. I must have slept again. When I woke, it was truly light. I went on deck. Trenhern was nowhere to be seen. Trenhern! 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 Nothing. My voice was flung back at me from the high, gloomy cliffs. I ran to the port side and glanced over. Nothing. I flew to the starboard side. My eyes caught something that floated apparently just below the surface of the water. I was looking at a score of pale, unearthly faces that stared back at me with sad, sad eyes. They appeared to sway and quiver in the water. I must have stood for a long time. And then I heard the sound of oars.
In bow there! Here we are, sir!
And just then, before hailing Williams, I turned and looked along the deck. And what I saw near drove me mad.
No! What's up, sir? What? Everhart, sir, you'll have us over.
Push off! Push off quickly!
Mr. Trenhern, sir.
He's dead! Push her off! Take her out, Williams! Take her out! And they steered for the passage into the open sea. This took us close past the stern of the wreck. And as we passed beneath, I looked up at the overhanging mass. As I did so, a dim, beauteous face came over the taffrail and looked at me with great, sorrowful eyes. She stretched out her arms to me, and I screamed aloud, for her hands were like unto the talons of a wild beast.
Beyond Midnight is presented every Friday night at 9:30. The program is adapted for broadcasting and produced by Michael McCabe.